Are you interested in knowing what some of the best craft items on Amazon are for card makers? Hi, I'm Jess from JessCrafts.com, and I'm here to help you make the most of your crafty time and supplies. Today, I have some items from Amazon that I love and use in my craft room. Most of them I've had for months or years and been happy with. And today is the first of the 2 Amazon Prime days. They're July 12th and 13th, 2022. I'm going to share this on that day. I don't know if these items are going to be on sale, but in the video description, I am going to list the items and their average price from a website called camelcamelcamel.com, which compares Amazon prices over time. Then you can click the link and see if it's a good price, and I'll also link to that website so that you can do a little bit of comparison shopping if you want. But most of these are pretty small items, so they're basically add-ons. I don't think, if an item only costs $10 originally, you might save $2. It's not like going to be like super big ticket items. But it would be worth checking out if you're already making a purchase and you just want to have some crafty add-on fun, and who knows. Let's take a look at some individual items. This one here is a bit of a two-parter. First, these makeup brushes. These I use for blending my Distress Oxide or Distress inks, or you can do any dye or pigment inks, any ink blending. They come in a lot of great colors. I was able to get a rainbow set on Amazon. I did purchase a few sets over time to kind of complete my rainbow collections, but all the colors are there. At first they were kind of limited, but I was happy to be able to get them all without paying like a super premium price. A lot of stamp companies sell them, and I'm sure they're all pretty comparable and great, but if you are looking for something that you don't necessarily need the branded item, then these can be great. You might not always be able to get the exact size and color that you want, so that might be one reason to go with the name brand. The second part that kind of is a companion to that is this brush cleaner. So this will help you to clean off your makeup brushes. It's specifically designed for, I believe, makeup brushes, but will work just as well for ink. I have some water here. You'd probably just do this over a sink. I have seen mats from craft companies in fun shapes and totally go for those if that's what you like. This one's kind of nice because it has this little suction cup handle behind it so that when you are cleaning it off, it kind of gives you something to hold on to. And so basically you would just want to get your brush a little bit wet, and as you can see, honestly, just getting it into the water is going to clean off some of the ink. But this is going to allow you to brush it off, and you see that really helps to kind of get that ink off quickly. I can rinse this a little bit and keep going. And I have all of these different textures to rub my brush against and really get in between and get the color out of all of those bristles, and I have that nice control. Some of the other ones I've seen out there do not have this piece on the back, and they're also then great for like holding your ink pad in place. This probably not so much because it sits off the table, but if you're really looking for something to make cleaning your brushes easier, this is a pretty cool tool. This bag has been a long-term favorite of mine. It's a sliding pencil case. I have some of these not from Amazon. I purchased them from Etsy sellers. You can sew your own, but these are relatively inexpensive and super helpful for sorting your markers. Particularly what I like to do is if I have picked a set of markers that I want to use for a project and I don't want to forget which ones because maybe I'm not ready to complete my project, I can place them all in here and zip it up and kind of keep them all separate. But what really makes it nice, because you could really do that with any old bag, is that when you're ready to then work on your project, you slide this down and it becomes like a little cup holder on your desk, and you can reach right in and get the markers you need, but stays super portable because then you can throw it in your bag and work anywhere with it. This one's not going to fit in the frame, and I actually don't store it in my craft room. It's in the unfinished basement, so not a very pretty thing to see, but I have a color printer. It is the Epson EcoTank 8500, and I think this is the potential to save you the most money, not only because it's a big ticket item, so who knows, it could be on a great sale for Prime Day, but you can print so many things that are really cheap or free. A lot of these are freebies from Creative Fabrica, or I paid just a couple bucks for the images, and I have found that this is a great way, especially if you're someone who coloring is not your favorite, can be a way of like getting really pretty images and for any season. So like I have, you know, St. Patrick's Day or Thanksgiving. And also there are a lot of freebies out there. Like these are from Scrapbook and Cards Today magazine. So I'm able to take advantage of the freebies because I can print them myself. And so there, and then the Eco Tank, because they have these really large bottle refills, can be pretty cheap on ink. So definitely something to consider if you have been maybe in the market for a color printer. This is not unique to Amazon, but I was able to find the best price at Amazon when I wanted to buy a whole bunch of these Tim Holtz mini ink tins. So these hold your mini distress inks, but they also really hold any 1-inch cube. Here I have my Lawn Fawn. I found these actually work pretty well if you have a wide Alex. I have my entire collection, and it's not all of the distress inks, but all my mini distress inks and all my Lawn Fawns fit with room to grow in one Alex drawer because they are organized into these little tins. But particularly what I like is that I'm able to grab a color group. So because it only holds 12, I don't have to kind of like dig through all of them or get out a big tray or something. This is a nice compact size. And then if I were ready to travel with them, I could put the lid back on. I pulled the lids off of these so that when they're sitting in my drawer, I can just open the drawer and grab one out. You can also put the circle foam pads behind them and it all still fits in this container. And again, these are available in many places online. I just found that at the time that I was going to purchase them, and I bought, I think, about 10 of them at a time at once, it was worth it to find the best price, and that was at Amazon. Amazon also has some great prices and options for project bags. I like these for keeping my sketch, all my papers, my cardstock, my embellishments for a particular one-sheet wonder or paper busting sketch all together. So when I'm in the middle of a project and I don't want to lose all of my stuff, this can be great. This one's quite thin. It has holes to keep in a binder and is better for flat things. But as another option, you can get these project bags on Amazon, and they are they're able to hold something that's a bit thicker. They are more of a complete bag. You could really get something three-dimensional inside. I think if I could pull some like three-dimensional things off of my desk here, and then I can still zip it up. It's good to go, great for traveling. You could put your marker bag even inside of them. They're gonna be quite thick at that point, but depending on your purposes, I use these a lot because I have a lot of flat projects, and this one's a little bit bigger, but either one is a great option depending on the kind of crafting you do. My swing line guillotine trimmer was purchased on Amazon. I've had it for years. I love it. I never have to change the blades. It's always sharp. There's a couple of issues with you're trying to measure really small things. The smallest measurement's about 3/4 of an inch. So if you're trying to cut off just a 1/4 inch from a small piece of paper, that can be a challenge. But if you're cutting it from a large piece of paper, not so much. You could also keep a traditional paper trimmer around for those teeny tiny cuts. But overall, this has been a workhorse. I find that the standard price on it is very comparable to any paper trimmer, but you never have to change the blades. It's a little lightweight. I think there are some heavier ones out there, but I kind of like that because I'm always pulling it on and off my desk. This next one's been a little bit hard to find, but Accent Opaque 100 pound is my favorite cardstock for card bases. I have a video showing how I make my own card bases, but for an A2 card base, super simple. You're going to cut the 8.5 by 11 cardstock in half and then fold that piece in half again, and you could make either a top folding or side folding A2 size card. I make all of my card bases, whether it's slimline, 5x7 sometimes I buy, but I'll make them out of this too. It's great weight for the card base. The 120 pound also works for a card base. It's definitely a little bit thicker, but it can be kind of hard to find right now. So if you see the 100 or the 120 pound, I think both would work excellent. This is something that I tried out of necessity. I needed a new plate for my Gemini Junior machine, and I could not find the name brand plates. So I tried this from Craft First, and I got great results. It has bowed a little bit over time, as will the Gemini plates, but I had good experience with this company, Craft First. They make some that they work with the Gemini Junior machine. They make the clear plates, they make the plastic shims. I haven't tried them all, but just something worth giving a shot if you're having a hard time sourcing the authentic plates, or if you don't have access to a source for the authentic plates. This might work, but it is not what the manufacturer recommends, so you are taking a risk with your machine, and I just want you to know that with any of these products, I always recommend following manufacturer's guidelines and instructions. I'm not an expert, I'm just sharing some stuff that I've used. I buy all my storage bags on Amazon. I like 4mm thick zip top bags. I can't get every size in 4mm thick. My standard 4x6 stamp sets, I get a bag for them that I've used for years. It fits them perfectly. I don't have to trim or lose my backing sheet. The popular craft pockets, they're great, but they don't fit the full backer sheet. I like having my full backer sheet. I find they fit excellent in my Alex drawer. They kind of go on their side and they're just kind of all stacked down. And so I open a drawer and I just flip through the stamps. So this storage system has worked beautifully for me for years, and I have branched out and bought different sizes for different size stamp sets, die sets, etc. I like having the zip top bag because I can store dies in the back just like you can with the stamp pockets. It's completely secure at the top. Nothing's going to fall out. You can shake it all you want. I can store templates if I've masked and I have like an old mask, anything like that. It can all just kind of go in the bag because there's a little bit of room for it to get kind of thick. Like a lot of other people, I store my cardstock in job ticket holders. I've sourced these on Amazon several times, but you can also get them at office supply stores. I do cut off the tops a little bit so that there's not any extra room and it fits on my shelf and the kind of the very specific storage system I have for it. They sit inside of magazine holders, and I usually put what they are in the corner. Because these are from Recollections, they don't have specific names, but if they did, I could add that. And I have found that they fit at least 25 sheets of 110-pound cardstock. So I've tested it specifically with the 110-pound cardstock from Michaels. When you get the packs brand new, there's 25 of each color. It's gone in no problem. I've started being able to add scraps to it. So they hold quite a bit, and this storage system's worked out pretty well for me. This next category is just not gonna fit in the frame, but a lot of my studio equipment I have bought from Amazon. I have to the left and right of me here on the desk. I'll try to see if I can insert a picture or something like that, but I have two large soft boxes. And they provide a diffused light to the surface that I work on. And I know not every crafter needs lighting for their studio, but if you do, I just wanted to share the specific products that I bought that I've used for a while and have been happy with. This is my Yeti microphone. I've used this for years and years, very happy with it. I also recently purchased a ring light to help complete my lighting system for when I take photographs, and that has worked out well. I have my camera on a mount from there, so I'll just link a couple of things just in case, if you are somebody who's looking into getting into video and just want to see what some other crafters use. This is a little bonus, not so crafty section, but I do my nails for my craft videos just to kind of keep things looking clean. And so I wanted to share a couple of my favorite consistently used nail products because I purchased them on Amazon, and there's, like I said, other crafters who are looking into videos or just like cute nails like me, because if you like pretty colors and glitter and all of that, you'll probably like them on your hands. So anyway, I put a gel top coat on my nails, which are sometimes also gel nails that you harden with a light, a UV light, but this top coat is also hardened with the UV light. So even if I put the nail stickers down, like from Manny Me, Lillian Fox, Dashing Diva, kind of wherever's gonna give me a sale at the time, if you put those nail stickers down, you can make them last a lot longer by putting a gel top coat over them, and then you put them under a UV light. Of course, UV can damage your skin over time. You want to be careful with how much you're exposing yourself to that. And again, I just continue to reiterate, follow manufacturer's instructions. I don't speak for any of these companies. These are just products that I've had good success with, like any review you might see on Amazon. So if you're going to be using the UV light, you might want to protect the rest of your hands from exposure. So you can get these like fingerless gloves so that you're limiting what part of your hands are exposed to the light. That can be kind of a nice thing. Then in order to push down the fake nails, like the stickers or whatever I'm putting on top of my nails, I like to use a rubber tipped cuticle pusher, and that really helps them to conform and curve around my nails, and they last much longer. I hope these were some helpful thoughts for this Prime Day and beyond for some cool craft products or storage, organization, etc. that you can find at Amazon that might just make your crafting life a little bit easier or more fun. If you found this video inspiring, here's another video where you can find more ideas for enjoying your crafty time and supplies. Let me know you like this video with a share to your crafty community, subscribe and click the bell so you don't miss the next template or tutorial, and check the video description for product links. See you in the next video!